In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the 6.0 compressor housing and plate upgrade. I've had some people ask about it because they weren't really sure how to install these parts. Some people installed them wrong, though it was on a rare occasion. But if you do install it wrong, it can really mess up the whole turbo. You'll notice that the plate has a notch cut out here. That lines up right here. It's for clearance for this piece. The OEM plate also has the same kind of deal, so if you bolt the OEM plate on in the wrong position, you'll have the same effect. The OEM plate does have an arrow which is designed to point towards the oil feed, which is how you line that up without having any problems. So we have the cut here, and we're going to put that onto the bearing housing. You just line up the bolt holes and it's cut for the clearance. Then the compressor housing also has a cut here to here. That goes directly right here for this clearance. If you're putting this on a ball bearing turbo like a GT40R, you won't need these cuts, but this is for the 6.0 Power Stroke because of this piece. I always call this the plunger, the piece that comes in and out. The purpose of the two washers is because a bracket does not always fit under this area. The washer is designed to be put on that one side, and then the other washer goes on the other side. Then the brackets can be used on the other mounts. That way you can fully bolt it on. Button head bolt. The button head bolt goes right here. That way you can still tighten this down. You need an Allen key to tighten that down. And the rest of the hex bolts just go in all of the other holes. Now there are different bearing housings, like the aftermarket bearing housings could be a little bit tighter here. Some of the OEM bearing housings are tighter here than others depending on which model you had, because there's different variations of the bearing housing casting. Some of them, see this one's like cut down like this. I think some of them are more flat or something. There's a couple different variations of it. The other thing to keep in mind is that where the O-ring, compressor housing O-ring goes, let me take this off. The O-ring we put right here on this side of the housing, and the O-ring seals right in this groove right here. So you don't put it here, you put it on the plate, and then you mount the plate, or mount the compressor housing to the plate. The plate, I know this sounds dumb, the plate bolts down to the bearing housing. I have to mention that because I had some guy that tried to install it without bolting the plate down to the bearing housing, because when we send these, it has the compressor wheel, the O-ring on this plate, all on here. And I think what the guy was trying to do was take this housing with the wheel inside and screw it down on the shaft, which is really strange. That's how it mounts up. If you have any questions, comment them below.